All right, we're live.
Excellent. Welcome,
Hey,
everyone. Welcome, everyone. This is the Just Dudes podcast, where the three of
did we
us are able
switch
to talk
it?
about any current.
You
Hey, don't worry
dying
about
over
this. I've
there or
actually
what?
seen other ones
Did,
that are just
did,
as bad.
You
did
sounded
you
like
just
you were
switch the?
joking.
Did you just switch the name? Did you switch the name up again?
The
I
Just
didn't
Dudes podcast.
Um.
Yeah.
Oh my
just
god!
dude.
I can't wait for the next episode.
we're gonna change it again.
We'll see.
It's not gonna be consistent.
We'll figure out a name soon enough. But
Yeah.
but
How about the
yeah,
Grand Bros? You know, Grand Bros.
The
Grand Bros.
Grand Bros.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome everyone to the Grand Bros podcast. Just
Yep.
three dudes in the middle of 20th century, just trying to figure out what the heck's going on.
Hello.
I'm Josh.
I'm Robert.
Did you say 20th century?
Yes, he did. Introduce yourself, Devin.
What's up? I'm
wow.
Devin.
Yes. And
Yeah.
on today's topics, mostly it's going to be major stuff happening in the world today. But first off, we are starting with a partially touchy subject, Article 13. Now, for any viewer listening to this, they probably are already aware of it. But to re-educate, Article 13 is a new law passed in the United Kingdom that is more or less putting stricter restrictions for anything of copyright. Biggest example could be major memes on the internet, and making it so they are almost impossible to use on any form of media.
Memes?
Correct?
Yeah, memes. You know,
Cut
funny
pictures
pictures.
from movies,
Yeah, but
major license pieces, anything that came from another source in
Basically-
the United Kingdom right now is almost completely impossible to put in other ways.
Basically, they banned memes in the UK. Yay!
okay. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell us why this is happening, Josh?
Simply because major companies are now worried, good example, YouTube, is worried that if this goes unchecked, that there'll be more chaotic ways of people using the copyright claims to be more lenient. So they are putting a strap on it, and it has the unforeseen consequence of if the Article 13 continues, it will spread worldwide.
So basically, the whole wide internet, whether in Mexico and US, anywhere, memes will be banned.
And that would also be a detriment to YouTubers using even their own content. It would be even harder for them to make money, and you'd see a lot of very famous ones possibly just end their careers.
Well, that's
Dude,
just.
That's just very dumb.
It is.
Memes have been with us for.
There is one mild upside, but it is not a favorable one. The article itself has given people, at least in YouTube, 2 years before the major pieces of it begin, even in Britain. So any YouTubers in Britain have 2 years to basically make as much money from YouTube as possible, for they are more or less in the water.
That's just dumb. Like, banning memes is just, like, ridiculous. I don't see how a picture memes could, like, affect anybody. It won't be able to hurt anybody. It's not showing any content. I mean, just pictures, really.
It's more about financial stuff than actual physical harm. It's the idea of a company really wants to protect their items. So say all those Shrek memes that are out on the internet, like if Pixar or DreamWorks wanted to, apology, DreamWorks is the one that made it, DreamWorks is more or less saying, no, this is ours, no one else claims to it. And anyone who made fan art for it could claim, no, this is my fan art, therefore this part is mine. And it will get into a major legal situation.
So fan art's also gonna get affected by this too, huh?
You're starting to see the problem Article 13 is. People tried to warn us beforehand. People were trying to make us vote and say, no, we don't want this article to pass. And not many people listened. Cruel fate.
Well, that's dumb. Come on. Why should it affect the whole world? That's just dumb. If they want to do it in UK, just do it in UK. Why around the world? That's just...
I
just
know.
makes our whole lives more like
They thought they were
Yeah.
making a law to help people not have their stuff stolen. In reality, they more or less, instead of protecting their stuff, they just put a lock on the entirety of the internet.
Well, that's just dumb.
Hmm.
Devin, what do you think?
I, I just, I'm looking at my memes right now, and
Take it
I'm
all
just,
in.
oh my god, it's just, why, why,
Just take it
man?
all in because they might
While we're
take
talking,
down the
guys, just
memes.
if you get a chance, look up the articles while we're talking and just see what really people are just talking about when it comes to this. Because I might have described a good chunk of it, but there's probably some other stuff that is far worse that my
Mm,
mind is just forgetting to add to it. But just like the internet's in
well,
trouble, and there's not much right now we can do about it, unless we
and
could more or
more.
less make an entire boycott and just say, "Hey, we want to abolish Article 13."
Yeah, where was that when net neutrality died?
Hmm.
Rest in peace, net neutrality. Well, that's a sad
Yeah, I
part
know it's
again.
a bit of a grim start, but it's something that needs to at least be addressed.
Yeah, just look at UK's history. I have no problem with them. I mean, I just don't like their politics.
I don't even think regular Britons like their politics.
I don't think
Right?
anyone likes politics,
Nope, no one.
but they are necessary.
They honestly
Yeah.
are. They're more or less about most people have to learn experience in this form of it's like trying to learn hieroglyphics. It's
Oh
hard to
god.
study. Once you know the language, you can communicate in that language and make decisions with it.
I guess yeah, politics makes the world a little bit decent.
Yeah. Well, Robert, would you like to be the shining light in this and move us to the next topic, or would you like me to?
That segue though. Sure, I'll talk my experiences. So, a few years back, I was actually able to go to Canada, CA. If I'm going to be specific, Vancouver, since Josh or Devin, I don't even remember, said that we live in Oregon. I just had to like take a 4-hour drive to the north and see our neighbors up north.
And I do not mean to
So,
be. I do not
yeah.
mean in any way any viewers that are from Canada. I simply wish to say, I bet the ice fishing's good, eh?
Oh god. Josh.
This is only in
So
jest. I just am saying that I hear that the ice fishing is very nice.
You know, it honestly depresses me when we have to just give a warning out before we make a joke nowadays. People are
really?
just, they're just so defensive, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Josh, what you just said, it's just a little jab, but someone could really take it seriously, and I don't
Dude.
understand why.
I technically think you
Like,
have to be a professional comedian if you want to do jokes like
yeah,
that.
like
Yeah.
Chris Rock,
Bill Engvall.
it's just, oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
So going back to the story, um, when I went up there, it was basically if I never left Oregon. It was just cold, rainy. I mean, I think it was way much colder than it was in Oregon, and that was like close to December. It was kind of like autumn when I went over there. At first, you don't see the type of people that you would expect, like a Caucasian, like almost American dude up there. Where I went in Vancouver, there was a lot of Asian cultures up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm.
it was interesting. I
Well,
was there.
oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I
well,
was
you
just
can.
gonna say for a little bit later, I was going to. I remembered something that me and Devin might know about, but Robert, you might be in the dark about. Irony.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a little bit later after the discussion, we have actually discovered the existence, not a scientific theory, but an existing black hole, and
Really?
images have been revealed.
Uh,
Well, I just wanted to just put that little piece in there, and I wanted to continue listening to your story, but just like I just remember seeing image about the black hole, and I wanted to at least remember that was a topic that at least thought that you would enjoy.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a black hole?
I wouldn't. That'd be kind of scary.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know. We don't even know what's the distance it is to like suck other planets and whatnot into it, and just I'm just not interested.
They
in
do say it's about. Well, thankfully, they did say that the black hole itself is about 55 billion light years away. Oh no!
Good.
Again, we don't know.
Like, how would anybody actually know what distance it takes to actually be sucked into it? Like, we just assume what it is already, take a guess out of it, you know?
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm glad that black hole is far away.
Yeah. That would ruin my parade.
That's one of the few things that I do not want to be anywhere near that hole.
Oh, you really had to go there. Oh,
What?
no. Oh,
Did I say
Uh,
something?
I love you, Josh. I love you.
You're real, Josh.
Yeah. He's not corrupted like us. We're good.
Like me and you. What do you mean?
Oh,
Hey,
man.
I'm plenty corrupted. I guess I just want to be really close to that hole.
He's trying to. Okay.
Yeah, all right. Let's
Yeah. Okay.
move on.
All right. Yeah. Black holes. Yeah. Hope they don't suck us all up. Pause.
Yeah. Rather live than die, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so going back, so in CA, I went to a casino. It was pretty cool. Lost like 50 Canadian dollars and won it back, like only half of it.
Mm.
Dude, taxes over there, oh my goodness, they're so crazy. So taxes, like for example, like
I hate them.
you hate. Nobody likes cell taxes, I assume. Like when I went to Washington, like before going to Canada, I went to the dollar store and supposedly you could like fail sale taxes if you're from Oregon. But in the Dollar Tree they like take out an application for you to like fill up and confirm that you're from Oregon and for you to not be basically robbing them. They just really want to make sure that you're from Oregon. And I just rather pay the freaking sales tax because they gave me like 2 sheets, I think, to fill out front and back, and I'm like, I don't have time for that.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Speaking of taxes, did y'all get yours this year?
Yup.
Nope.
How much did y'all?
Mexico.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. How much did you get back, Josh?
Yeah. I don't think that might be a good idea to actually say on a live cast, but I'll just say that I got a fair amount.
That's
Same.
cool.
I got $1.
Better than what I got. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you want to talk, Josh? You know the next topic?
Sure. Well, another big piece of information is, Devin, are you at all familiar with an old Japanese series simply known as Ultraman?
I don't think so. I've heard about it, but I don't think I've ever watched anything about it. No.
I am similar, but I have family members who are big fans of Godzilla and the like, and they have educated me as it is a cross between Godzilla and Power Rangers in the style of a giant man fighting against evil monsters to save our planet. Reason I bring this up is because Netflix themselves, not sponsored, has created a new series, English, no sub at all, fully American voice acted Ultraman series.
Whoa. Really? No dub? That's cool. Does it sound natural?
All American.
The important thing, does it sound natural or good?
Some of the lines are questionable, but the majority of it is good.
Oh
No, that's
dear.
good. What, Devin?
Oh, nothing. I just English dub. I don't know. I feel like the only kind of anime I can watch English dub in is like Dragon Ball Z, and maybe like the original Pokemon anime. But yeah.
There. For some reason, I found recently a subgroup of that called Abridge. People that do Abridge series of TV shows. It's more like trying to mock fun at some of the stuff that happens in the show. And first I was kind of against it, but after seeing one of my more favorite shows done, it's actually pretty funny.
Really? Which show is that?
Don't know if you guys ever seen it, but it is simply called Overlord.
don't think I've heard of it.
It is a very good Japanese series that is. It has the similar idea of Sword Art Online, if you guys are familiar with that.
Oh yeah.
The only difference is, instead of having a guy that has a big harem of women, instead it is a skeleton emperor who used to be the leader of a guild of other beings, and simply put, he is a max level necromancer.
Oh.
So
Okay.
instead of being low level, starting and growing all the way to the top, you're basically max level with all your skills and you know how to use them. And with all very powerful, high level NPCs that now have personalities at your beck and call. You're basically a king in a new land.
So later in the bridge.
And there's one catch, at least for the main character, who his real name is Momonga, but he calls himself by his guild's name, Eind Ul Gon.
Okay.
It's a little odd, I understand. It actually sounds better in this show, but more or less, he has... Yes.
Sorry. I had a coughing fit. Alright, sorry, Josh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, what?
I died. I'm playing Metro Exodus.
Come on, Devin.
Trust me, I never actually got really into the Metro games, but I can always feel bad when you're trying to enjoy stuff, you're trying to have a good time, and then I don't know where you get sniped right through the head, just like,
Yeah.
Dang
it. You ever played Fallout, Josh?
Good sir, I have played both 3 and 4. No, I was not dumb enough to get 76.
Good. Anyway, it's kind of like that. I think you should actually give it a try. If not the other two, then definitely this one.
Fair enough. I'm a big Borderlands fan, so I know a little bit about first-person shooters. So, but yeah.
Yeah, it just went on sale for $40. It might be cheaper than that right now.
Huh. I don't think I got $40 in my, but I can definitely check it. So.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to your Abridged series, and then let's go back to Ultraman.
Yes. Very weird tangents, I know, but the idea that instead of a series based around characters having to learn about the world or just be small fries comparative to big, powerful beings that could kill them with the snap of their fingers, cough, cough, you have a man that is just in his own right, he knows that he is a human, and yet he has to act like a giant overlord and try and take over the world. Meanwhile, he enjoys it. Mind you, he's literally... there is about an army of 80 guys shooting different kind of magical spells at him.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them is bouncing off. Everyone.
Overpowered. Like you said, overpowered.
He is overpowered, but in the best way possible. It's not plot armor. It's given that he is a max level character.
All right.
Script.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend you guys, if you get a chance, check it out online after the podcast. Any people that would watch this podcast, I would recommend it. Yeah.
All right.
We'll probably do this in another episode about talking about different shows that we would love to talk about and recommend for people. But right now, just wanting to recap Ultraman. It's on Netflix. Good series. Bit dicey on the animation and voices, but still leagues better than what people are calling the most. In our last episode, we kind of ranted about. In my opinion, it is leagues better than the Dragon Prince series that is also on Netflix.
Oh, trust me, Netflix is like a hit or miss type of deal.
I guess they never miss, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was there. It was.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my little take on Ultraman. And yeah, Devin, do you have any topics that through these conversations you thought of?
Okay, there is one thing that came up.
Mhm.
Microtransactions for Borderlands 3. It's not.
I
It's
hadn't
not.
checked
It's
out,
not pay to win. It's not pay to win.
thankfully.
It's like Borderlands 2, because that stuff did appear back in the day, but it's not like
Mhm.
you I don't know, get a head start or whatever.
Hmm,
It's nothing crazy. It's
right,
not like the mod system, but yeah.
thankfully.
I don't know, man. I
Oh,
feel like
with Borderlands 2 on the topic, I know, Robert, this is about the third time we talked about this. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Go
But
ahead.
I got a little bit of interesting news just today, actually, that,
Mm-hmm.
hold on to your hats, people, we might be getting maybe one more Borderlands 2 DLC.
what?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
6 years later, they decided to do
6 years
this.
later.
I
Uh,
mean, I'm guessing it's because of the new one that just came out or is
Mm-hmm.
coming out.
or 7 years later, I meant.
Yeah, but the idea is, and this might be a little hindrance, but people have done a little bit of decoding and seen that it will have a major piece of you have to pay to get it, which signifies that this could be a legitimate DLC and not just an HD upgrade. So weirdly enough, seeing that you need to pay to get it could mean this could be possibly interesting. Because Devin, correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Borderlands, when it does DLC, it does it well.
Mm-hmm. Even the first game, it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not to say the first game wasn't bad, but I don't. In my opinion, it hasn't really aged well.
No, you still got General Knox and all his stuff, but
Yeah, it's still a fun game.
oh, it definitely is. I got the Game of the Year edition that came for PS4, so I have nowhere to say otherwise. But yeah, there are many things that are going to be uh, coming to Borderlands. They were possibly talking about somewhere in June, halfway point between the announcement, the actual release of the game. So having a DLC in the middle to keep that drip, as they like to say, keep that flow of the content going. I think that could be very, very useful for the company to just keep their fans giving their fans what they need to prep themselves, and thus have them be fully prepared to shoot loot and make two very powerful twins very unhappy in Borderlands 3.
I think people should just give what's his name, the director for Borderlands 3, Randy Briggs. Is that his name?
Randy, just yeah, Randy.
I don't know.
Just
I don't know.
random.
Yeah, I don't
Randy
know his
Hart.
last name. Yeah, I don't
Hart.
know his last name. Oh, Hart. Okay. I don't know,
Hart.
man. Like, oh, okay. Sorry. I mean, I get where some of the players are coming from. They feel cheated because they can't play on Steam, and they feel like that they're. What's the release date for Borderlands 3 on Steam?
That will
Like
be
6 months?
September 13th.
Well, that's long way.
No, that's the Epic release. I'm talking about like the Steam release.
Steam release, that is going to be 6 months later.
Yeah, 6 months. I can understand why they're mad, and Epic hasn't really been great so far. I mean, I'm kind of happy we have a competitor for Steam, because Steam
Yeah,
isn't perfect, but like
true, but
compared to
that was the
Epic's,
big thing that basically let mods soar.
yeah. And I don't know, like Epic Games, man. I don't know what's happening.
It's a cash grab that no one has ever seen before. It's the biggest bold move I can ever think of that no one else would even dream of making. But let's face it, sometimes people make the dumbest but biggest moves of their career, and it ends up either working or really blowing up.
Just look at
Mm.
Snapchat.
Yep. I mean, look at what's that thing called? Battleborn.
Oh,
Battleborn.
Gearbox's
Isn't
attempts of Overwatch clone.
that's what it reminded me of. That was a flop.
That was Battleborn.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm a console player, and I don't really have much of a choice but to get it on on my Xbox or PS4.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel for PC players, man, especially Steam ones. You know. Oh well. All right. I think I'm done. That's like my only topic I can come up with right now.
Hey, you
You got
guys.
some, Robert?
I think I do. Like, how do you guys feel like should games be all reinvented into like an app game?
Yes and no. Yes,
Yeah.
because some games had amazing stuff to go with, and the more advanced phones get and apps get that you can be with, the more viability you have for having classic stuff come on. I mean, we already have Minecraft on Android and iPhone apps.
Yep.
And many people are trying to like overthrow it, but like Minecraft is the king.
There will
Yeah.
never be another Minecraft. Terraria is a close second, but you can't beat the original.
I've never played Minecraft, but yeah.
I played like only the Pocket Edition, like Josh said, on the App Store.
I love creative mode, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much to do in creative mode. I mean, you could do anything in creative mode, but kind of gets boring.
Yeah.
I found a map, and I actually tried to go to point 111. I only made it to 113. It took a lot of dynamite.
Yeah. But like seeing other games in the App Store, for example, like Fortnite, and I think what was the other game? I forgot. But like, how would you guys feel if like big name games like just came out on the App Store? Would you guys give it a try? Like, would you think it would rise up to be a real competitor for PCs and console gaming?
They would
mobile games?
Yeah.
Yeah, mobile games.
I don't know, man. Like it's unfair as it is for a console player to go up against a PC. So just imagine a mobile going up against a standard PC, which is already leagues ahead of it.
True.
So,
but
I don't know.
Although there is one thing. PCs, while very good, I can never say no to that. PC has one thing. Sorry, mobile has one thing over PC.
Yep.
Accessibility.
Exactly.
True.
And convenience, I would add.
True.
But
sometimes
like
people like to say that. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead, man. I'll talk a little bit later.
All right. I don't know. Just PC. Like if you get that 60 frames per second locked in, and your connection is good, like come on, man. It's like especially like movement and aim wise on a mouse and keyboard, like that's just unsurpassable. Like
true.
Even a console player leagues ahead of a mobile player.
True. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing quite like the feeling of having that controller in your hand and being able to just fiddle with it and even though it does nothing, being able to move the controller up and down to affect the gameplay, it's that mental bit of it that just you feel the movements that you're trying to make.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Speaking of PC, Halo is coming.
My boy.
Oh my god. The last Halo game I think I played was Halo 4. And that was a long time ago.
A friend of mine called Joe. He actually a little bit lied to me, but he was the one that introduced me to Halo Reach. And we just played in the creative mode area. I can only imagine just that time for other people to be within the Halo franchise.
Yeah, I also had a friend that introduced me to like I think it was Halo 2. That knowing me, like I didn't do so well, but it was fun.
Yeah, man. Especially when Halo 3 came out with Forge. Whew.
I've heard some. I actually even saw a bit of a documentary someone did about the Halo 3 sort of big series.
Yeah, man.
It was a phenomenon.
Oh
Yep.
man.
But
It
Halo
was-
5 though.
Halo 5. Ugh.
Yeah.
Let's not talk
I
about
have to
that one.
agree.
That one was just atrocious. It's not
It
just the
really
multiplayer, but like the campaign.
Although I have to give it credit for one thing.
Hmm.
Hmm.
There's a group on YouTube called JT Music. They made a heck of a rap for it.
I mean, I think that's the only good thing that came out of it.
Yeah.
Master Chief versus Locke. Which one will survive?
The
I'm
whole
going with
act-
Master Chief.
Yeah, Master Chief for real all the way. Like,
And it's not just because of bias, but like, come
Yeah.
on, dude. Like,
Like,
Master Chief has been through everything, like Covenant, the Flood. Like, come on.
I mean, if Locke was in like also in the whole series, like maybe it would have made more sense. But they just introduced him out of nowhere. And just
Oh, you
here
know what?
go.
I want the Arbiter to return to Halo, man.
Dude, yes,
Besides Master Chief, I really want to play Arbiter. He's my favorite character. He's just so cool.
yes,
Oh my
must
god.
be in Halo, in the new Halo.
We'll see what
And
happens. Oh, by the way,
and,
I'm sending a picture that I think that would make you guys kind of smile.
In the chat.
Yep.
check. Oh, okay, I see it. I see it.
I don't see it. I'm on my PC and I don't see anything on chat.
Okay. Weird. It
Yeah.
was just a visual pun that was just like, you're talking to your therapist. I feel you need to open up more.
Did you guys
Sorry.
see my images? I think I sent it to you, Josh.
Sir, I can't. Why not?
You can't-
Let me give you a visual. There's a bunch of plates pressed against the cabinet door.
Okay.
You open it up, they're all falling out. Every single one. Need I
Oh.
say more?
No, you don't.
Basically,
my
you're
favorite
just
meme
trying to
right
warn your therapist, sir, with all due respect, you open up this can of worms, you better strap in. You're gonna be here a while.
Oh, wow.
I feel like that's every teenager or millennial in 2019, sadly.
Oh boy. What happened to 2010? That was the best years. From 2001 to 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah. Early 2000s.
Yep. Early 2000s. It was pretty cool. Pretty chill.
We just
Yeah.
we just didn't know what was gonna happen to this world. And let's face it, we had made amazing strides in technologies, and then politics became popular.
It became too mainstream.
Let me ask you guys something. Do you think social media had like a hand in like today's society the way it is now?
Yes.
Little
Yep.
bit.
Yeah. I do believe that.
I mean, one thing, this might be an unpopular opinion, but it is mine. I wanted to have YouTube be separate from the rest of the world. I know that's an oxymoron, but
Mhm.
the idea that kids and teenagers alike could go home after a hard day's work,
Mhm.
after they get all their other stuff done they needed to, and sit down and relax with some YouTube. A place where other people put time and effort and their creative energy, sometimes more than people can have in their pinkies, and create a masterpiece of stuff to either make you laugh, make you cry, make you just feel a bit better that day.
Okay.
Whatever it was, no matter what you were watching, you knew you were going to at least smile that night.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then
YouTube.
and then it got into the public, and then it got into the public eye of news companies. They put YouTube on the news. That's where I think things started to go downhill. You had people yelling at it, say, "Oh, kids these days watch too much," or they are making it to the point that kids are trying to mimic all the weird and dangerous stuff that they watch on the internet nowadays.
What?
Sorry. It's tough trying to be stealthy in Metro.
I've noticed. I've seen actual videos of Metro, and yeah, unless you're gonna be Ramboing, not the best.
Yeah. Like, this is the hardest one out of all the Metro games. Like, supplies are really scarce. And you'll be lucky to pick up at least one shotgun shell. Like,
When
it's
in
that
doubt, SMG or grenades.
true. You can craft your own grenades and stuff, but supplies
wow.
are really scarce.
True. Okay, so what's one thing? Okay, here's a weird idea. What's one thing that is abundant?
And what are we talking about exactly?
Metro. What's one thing that's abundant? Going on a bit of a tangent.
Oh dear, I just died. Um,
Well, besides your dead bodies, what's abundant?
well, the previous two games, the main story, like if you keep progressing, it's kind of linear. Like you can't really explore the world. This one, you can. Like the area is really big, and there's different ones. Like there's a desert, there's a swamp area, there's a winterland, and I barely even begun. I don't even know how many hours I have in this game, but that's just exploring. And I think I'm only on like the third chapter so far. And
So, all I'm just asking is, when it comes to combat, and like say what's something that is abundant when enemies drop, if they drop anything.
well, you could pick up some besides like the little ammos here and there. There's material need to like create gear. There's what's the word? Attachments. Like if you want a silencer on your shotgun, or if you want like extended barrels to shoot far away. Dear.
Can you attach multiple attachments?
Yeah, like if you put enough attachments on a certain weapon, you can basically turn it like a revolver pistol. You can attach a sniper stock on it with a 6x zoom, extended barrel. It could be like a mini sniper until you get an actual one.
So you get to be creative. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, you can make.
Dude, that's so cool.
So,
yeah.
Question: if you're dying a lot in a certain area, what's your most powerful weapon right now? Something that if no one figures out what happens, you could kill someone. You could kill someone instantly.
I got a minigun.
Minigun. Put a silencer on it.
I've only have one attachment to it, but you can have like extended mags, and yeah, like dude, I just got it though, so I can't really. I think you can put a silence on it, but if you can, it's just OP.
All I'm saying is, if you're having trouble in a certain area, see what you can go back to a safer place or possibly a lower level area to get more materials to make some better stuff. To see if you.
Oh yeah,
it's
and this
sorry,
is also
Fallout,
this is a.
It's the Fallout
oh sorry.
Yeah, it's the Fallout 4 ideology, or better yet, flamethrower on top of it.
Yeah. Another
Flaming
thing
bullets,
too,
boys, your armor ain't protecting nothing.
Yeah, another thing is that your weapons will get dirty, and so you have to be really careful when like entering like a sandstorm or like a swamp area, because like if your weapon's really dirty, then it's gonna jam.
No.
Question: how's melee?
Melee, like you can just hit them with like the butt of the gun, and if you hit him in the back of the head, I think you can knock him out. But like, I'm always cautious.
Well,
and this is also probably the most important thing about this game. There's a karma system.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if you kill certain people or you do certain events, like this will happen. Like, oh man, it's just. I'm trying to get the good ending right now.
Second Son flashbacks. Does anyone remember that good series, Infamous?
Dude,
Infamous? Yeah. Yo, the last game was like what, 2014?
Yeah, that was actually one of the launch titles for the PS4.
Dude, what happened to Infamous?
Apparently, Second Son didn't do so well.
Oh man,
that's the only probably reason we ain't getting another one soon.
I've never played a Infamous game, but now that I have a PlayStation, I can go and get one.
I would recommend Second Son. I would.
Yeah. Hopefully the other ones are remastered or backwards compatible for the PS4.
Yeah.
I can double check that if you want me to.
We can do that after the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we have a podcast.
Yep.
It took us a second to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, viewers. We're not professional. This is only our second time.
Yeah.
True.
Second time. So anything else?
I think that's a good chunk of stuff. I was going to play a little bit of an older game that not many people remember called Dragon's Crown.
Oh yeah, I know that game. I never played it, but like, yeah.
I heard of it too.
I got
I've
it, and
seen-
it is 4-player.
Oh dear.
What? You died again?
No, I'm just trying to be sneaky. Oh man.
Right.
I'm not even on the hardest difficulty. You know what? Let's talk about what was that movie called? Oh, the new Star Wars movie. Let's talk about it.
Oh, the
Oh,
new
there's
one that just recently,
Yeah.
the new one that got mentioned.
What's your take on it?
I haven't seen the full. I've seen bits and parts of the trailer. I think it's going to be interesting.
There's
Look,
a
man,
new trailer
It's
out.
called the Skywalker Legacy or something.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. Okay, Robert, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's
Nope, I
this
haven't seen
creepy
the
laugh
trailer.
that if you've heard it, you'll be very familiar with it. And
Uh-huh.
I'll just say it because it's not really a big spoiler, but I think they're bringing back Palpatine.
Really? This
That's
is like
just
a.
stupid.
Is it
Vader
like a?
sacrificed himself to kill Palpatine and like save the galaxy. Like if they bring back Palpatine, they're just literally Vader just sacrificed himself for nothing. And I don't know about you guys, but the last two Star Wars movies were just ugh.
Not the
Dude, yeah.
greatest.
I kind of enjoyed Rogue One until everybody just died. And I'm just like, so they build like my likings to these characters for nothing.
Yeah, a lot of
Yep.
people were kind of feeling the same way. One-offs. Gotta love
Yep.
them.
And then the second movie, The Last Jedi, was basically just like remake of Empire Strikes Back. Really kind of disappointing. So you're telling me that they're gonna bring Palpatine, huh?
Yep.
We think he's back.
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, in what was it? I think in Legends, he cloned himself. Like he had clones of his body before he died, and
That's concerning.
but since like there were like clone bodies, they would decay faster. He would age faster, and then he would have to like go to another clone body, and then like a dude that was like working for him, I think, basically betrayed him and killed the rest of his clone bodies, and he needed to find a stable body. So he went to, I think, I don't know, Leia's son to like try and take over his body. But there was this other dude that you guys won't get, but he was like almost all droid, like almost all machine that sacrificed himself and like took in Palpatine's like I don't know how you would
I
say
thought
it.
you were talking about General Grievous for a second.
No, not General Grievous. Dude, General Grievous is like like a really cool character that was like just not even well developed. Yeah, but yeah, they did something like that in Legends. Maybe they might do something like that. It would be completely different, but again, they would just be rehashing old characters.
I am just, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I might watch reviews.
I think I'm not gonna watch it either.
Yeah, like I didn't even watch the Solo movie.
No,
I
I've
think-
seen Solo.
Really, was it okay?
Surprisingly good, and it ties in with 1, 2, and 3. I'm not. Do you mind if I say one thing? I know you guys how you feel about spoilers, but I want to say just one thing.
Go ahead.
Not
Okay.
gonna mention anything more than just one word.
All right.
What?
Maul.
Oh
Maul?
no, Maul.
That's crazy. Darth Maul is a very underrated character.
Yeah,
Like
but why
General
would I
Grievous.
mention his name with Solo?
Okay, that's
I don't know.
That's for us, Devin and I, and the viewers to see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I have an idea, but yeah. All right.
All right. So, anything else?
I think we're kind of dried up at this point.
Yeah.
Cool. This has been great. A lot of topics.
We will at one point come up with a good name.
Yes, eventually we will. If
And we
not,
will
this
keep
will,
on topic as well as not make this awkward.
yeah, it will be more like
Succinct.
professional eventually and synced with what we will discuss about. All right, this has
Mhm.
been great. Josh, you want to sign us out?
All right. Thank you all for watching again. This has been the Dudes Podcast. And this is Josh, Robert, and Devin signing off.
Yep,
Thank
peace.
you. Peace.
Peace.